Hello, welcome to Sanjeev Kapoor Khazana. This is Neena. Remember I told you the last time that I will be showing you Molaga Podi, which is also called gunpowder. So, I am going to show you that. It is very easy to make and only you have to be a little careful, it has, because there are certain things we have to roast and they have to be roast perfectly. So, let us start with the cooking. We will have to first let us light the gas. We will have to be roasting a few things, but the roasting should be done on medium heat, not high heat, because then all these things will get burnt and the flavor will be lost. I will tell you something more about Molaga Podi while this is getting heated. Now, Molaga Podi is also called gunpowder. Do you know why it is called gunpowder? Because of this, red chillies, and we are going to add lots of them. This is a spicy chutney, a dry chutney which keeps for quite some time. Now that the pan is hot enough, let us start with the roasting. We will need about half a cup of sesame seeds, that is til. Now, while roasting til, you do not need to add any oil because til itself gives out oil. Only thing you need to do is keep stirring it so that it gets evenly roasted and roast it till it is a nice golden brown. As it roasts, you will find it will give out a nice flavor, and that is what we need in our chutney. You must have heard of til oil, and this is where you get the til oil from the til. While roasting til, you will notice that it splutters and you will get that spluttering noise. It is not a noise, it is quite a soft splutter, but this is because of the oil which is in the seeds. Now, you will notice the til has become a nice light brown in color and it is also giving out a nice aroma. It is quite fragrant, and this is what we need. Now that the til is roasted just right, we will take it off and put it in the plate here, spread it out so that it cools. Til has to cool completely before it is powdered. Do you know why? Because it gives out oil if it's when it is hot, and if you try to powder it when it is hot, it will become oily and it will form lumps, which we do not want. Now that the til is roasted, next we will roast is this split black gram, that is urad ki dal. This also we will roast till it is nicely browned. In the south, the Molaga Podi, they even sprinkle it on dahi vadas. There they do not use tamarind chutney or green chutney while serving dahi vadas, they sprinkle Molaga Podi, and it is really yummy. You just have to have it to believe it. Like they say, the proof of the pudding is in tasting it. So, next time you are having dahi vada, sprinkle some Molaga Podi and then see how tasty it will be. Now, we will add a little bit of oil. I should have added it earlier, but does not matter, I will add it. Now, this is also giving out a nice aroma, but we have to roast it till it becomes a light brown. Now, see, black gram is also nicely browned. It is nice and golden and it is giving out a very nice aroma. This also we will transfer onto a plate and let it cool. Now that the urad dal is done, we will now roast chane ki dal. 1 teaspoon of oil and about 1/4 cup of split Bengal gram. This also you roast till it is nice and golden like the urad dal. This is a real confluence of various flavors. The til has a different flavor, the urad dal has a different flavor, and now the chana dal will have another flavor. But all these three flavors will merge and give you a wonderful chutney. So, let us get on with roasting the chana dal. Remember, while you are roasting the dal, you have to keep stirring it, otherwise it will get over brown on one side and it will not be browned on the other side. So, you keep stirring it. Now, the chane ki dal is also ready. See how nice and brown it is. Now, this also we will let it cool along with the urad dal, and after this we will be roasting chilies, and it is the chilies which justify the name it has, gunpowder. Now that both the dals and til are roasted, we will roast the chilies. A little bit of oil, and I will give you a trick. You know, while roasting chilies, it gives out a very pungent vapor which makes you cough. Now there is a little trick to lessen that this thing. You add just a little bit of salt to the oil before adding the chilies. This will help. Now the chilies also, we will add about 1 cup of chilies. Now here I am using Kashmiri red chilies because they give a nice color, yet they are not too pungent. But if you find even this chili is too pungent for your taste, you can add less chilies, it is all up to you. But I would suggest that Molaga Podi should be a little spicy, otherwise it is not Molaga Podi. Now in the south I have noticed that some people, you know, when they are having Molaga Podi, they add a few drops of coconut oil and mix it. This also gives an added flavor, plus it helps the lower the pungency of the chutney. See, now when since I have added the salt, it is not giving out those pungent vapors, you know, which make you cough. Now these chilies also you roast for a little while till they are nice and crisp, but not too brown, because if you make it too brown, then the color will become too dark. Now they are just right, the chilies are done. We will also keep it on this plate and let all of them cool down completely. They should be cooled to room temperature before we powder it. Now that these roasted ingredients have cooled to room temperature, we will grind them. They are all supposed to be ground together. We will add about a teaspoon of sugar and a teaspoon of salt. We can always add more salt if you find it less. Yeah, it is done now. The gunpowder is ready. Isn't the color lovely? And the flavor is simply fantastic. So what are we waiting for? Bring on some idlis or some dosas and have this with gunpowder. It's absolutely flavorful.